together and join me. I need community today, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm in the right place at the right time with the right people. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Here we go now. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful friends. And thank you for my life. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious life. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Let's go around one more time. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Yeah. You gotta feel it. You gotta come on and grab it. Come on and grab it. Yeah, good singing. Good job, everybody. Gotta hear the drummer's ready. This is the beautiful music of Denise Rossier from Lakewood, Colorado Springs. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Now look around the room and just say thank you for being here. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm all life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. You sounded good, I love that. Spirit is in this spirits in this place. Yeah, put your hands together for yourself. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, we love you, Reverend Gene. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. How did you know? Well, actually 30. I'm a perpetual 30, but we won't talk about it. Welcome and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for that. Welcome to the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta. For all of you that do not know me, I am Reverend Jean Bell. My pronouns are she and her, and I am so glad that you are here with us today. If you're viewing on Facebook or YouTube Live, please like and share this broadcast so we can continue to spread the good news of new thought and science of mind out into the world. I am blushing. You may not be able to see it, although I did put some rouge on today, so you might be seeing that. So thank you for that. I feel blessed to be here with all of you. The Spirit is indeed in this place, and you are that Spirit. All right, we're going to go through the affirmation. I'm going to read it once, and then I'm going to invite you to say it with me. All right. As the new year dawns, I know that my life is guided by divine wisdom and intelligence, and I allow Spirit's inspiration to be my guiding star. As I yield to Spirit's guidance, my life is filled with infinite possibilities. I say yes to receiving the unfailing overflow of divine goodness in the form of love, abundance, health, happiness, peace, and joy. I am now open to be a greater expression of Spirit's love and peace. Will you say that with one voice with me? Will you? Yes. All right, let's begin. Let's begin. As the new year dawns, I know that my life is guided by divine wisdom and intelligence, and I allow Spirit's intuition to be my guiding star. As I yield to Spirit's guidance, my life is filled with infinite possibilities. I say yes to receiving the unfailing overflow of divine goodness in the form of love, abundance, health, happiness, peace, and joy. I am now open to be a greater expression of Spirit's love and peace, and so it is. And so it is. If you are visiting here for the first time, please make sure you see a welcome team member out in the hall for a gift, especially for you. I have just a few announcements. The first one being is Tony Jenkins will be doing the Spiritually Curious. Go ahead and wave to the people. This is a wonderful workshop where we get to figure out what's new age, what's new thought, what's woo-woo. Right? And how does all these things relate to us? Or does it relate to us? And can it benefit us anyway? So thank you, Tony. He's been leading this workshop for 2 years now. Yeah, and he does a wonderful job. So thank you for that. All right. The next one will be intention setting through music with Penelope Williams. Yeah, Penelope, quickly tell us a little bit about that.
So, I am the one within you. I am the one you seek. Those lyrics formed a song that were the foundation for some of the music of Karen Drucker. These statements that we do, that you've been doing with Tony and with Reverend Jean, those moments of affirmation that are on your heart that you want to share with me, let me put a melody to that, and we can do that together next Sunday, following Sunday service. It's going to be really rich, and it can be as simple as just one sentence, I love my life. And we'll do that together. It's going to really be fun. So come and join us next Sunday after service.
All right, thank you. I know I'm going to take my white stone intention and definitely make a mantra out of it. And please stay after service and join us for cake made by the wonderful Nevia Giles. That cake, any cake that she makes, she made the cake for our ordination, my ordination celebration, and it was absolutely delicious. But all her cakes are delicious. And they're not too sweet, sis. Mwah, perfect. All right, I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Reverend Jean. So as we prepare for our time of affirmative prayer with Tony, just invite you to exhale and be in the room with us. We do that with music as well. Unfold your mind. Open your mind. There it is. Unfold your heart. Relax your senses. Feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your heart and let it down. Go deeper still, and still you come unwound, unbound. Breathe every breath. Release your cringe. Love without waiting. Slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear. Look like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound, unbound.
Drop into that silence. Drop into your heart. Go to that place that love resides, where joy lives, and where peace is always flowing. That place that is deep within, that allows you and me to be refreshed and to understand I am loved. I take a breath and settle into that. Settle in the comfort of that, in the place of all is well and all is good. No matter what is going on the outside, what I know is the truth is there is a presence that is greater than I am. This presence, this thing, it's called by many names, but it doesn't matter. It is the thing itself, as Ernest Holmes tells us. But what it represents is love, joy, abundance, wealth, prosperity, all those wonderful aspects. That is always waiting deep within, beckoning me closer, beckoning me every moment to reside in, abide in, and be. Doesn't that feel good to tap into that, to reach into that storehouse and know all is well and all is good? And I'm so grateful to be into that moment, to open to that moment, to just relax into it and know exactly what I need is there. I'm grateful that this presence is always waiting on me. I'm grateful that the divine intelligence never is going, not today, I can't do that with you today. No, it always says yes to whatever I go through. It is there for me. So I just lean into it, know it's true, and then I turn it over to the law, knowing the law is always going to say yes, no matter what is put in front of it. If you're in agreement with this, we can all say together, and so it is.
You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. So lift up your voice. Let it be heard. Tell me your story, tell it to me. Don't leave out a word. 'Cause I think I have been there too, and I'm a seeker just like you. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down, go deeper still, until you come unwound. Unbound. Mama Koku, it's so good to see you. Mama Koku's here. Thank you, Tony, for that beautiful prayer. Koku Bui.
When I say a story, y'all gonna have to say, let it fly, let it come. When I say a story, you gonna say, let it fly, let it come. A story. A story, a story. I tell this story in celebration of the lessons that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King tried to teach us while he walked upon this earth. I tell this story as a lesson for all of us. Oh, it's not my story. This is an ancient story. Oh, it starts like this. One day, a crocodile was submerged right beneath the river surface. That crocodile was looking across that river, watching Sister Ostrich. Oh, she won't pay no attention. Ostrich was drinking and probably thinking. And oh, crocodile got closer and closer and closer and closer. And finally, oh, she surfaced on top of that water. And Ostrich looked her dead in her eyeballs. And she sang, she said, crocodile, you're my sister. Crocodile, we are friends. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Crocodile, girl, if you can. She said, can? What you talking about? I'm gonna eat you right now. She said, oh no, you can't eat your sister. For some reason, crocodile submerged back under the water, went back across the river, and was thinking to herself, what's wrong with me? Why can't I eat that ostrich? I've eaten many ostriches. I will eat this ostrich. She is my lunch. I'm gonna get her now. She went back across the water, swimming slowly, eyeballs on top, looking, thinking, and finally she surfaced, opened up quick. Ostrich, she sang again. She said, crocodile, you're my sister. Crocodile, girl, we are friends. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Crocodile, girl, we be kin. Oh, crocodile said, I am not your sister. sister. You are my lunch. Crocodile said, I am not any relation to you. I'm gonna eat you now. Ostrich said, oh no, we are sisters. You can't eat your sister. She said, you can't eat me. And for some reason again, Crocodile, she swam away thinking what was wrong, what was the matter. Oh, I think she needs a little help. All y'all say, Eater, 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 Eater. Come on. She swam across, she surfaced, opened her mouth, and then Ostrich said, sister! Crocodile said, ah! And swam away. She decided she needed a little bit of help, that crocodile did. She went and she saw a lizard. He was over there sunning himself. Oh, she swam over because she was gonna need a little therapy, a little help. She said, excuse me, lizard. Lizard was meditating. Boom, shaka laka 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 laka. Oh, she said, excuse me, lizard. Boom, shaka laka 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 laka. He looked at Crocodile, said, what is it you want, Crocodile? She said, well, it's this ostrich over there. I've been trying to eat her. I've been trying to lay my teeth on her, but for some reason I just can't. She keeps calling me her sister. Oh, he said, let me think about it. Boom, shakalaka, boom. You are leathery, and she is feathery. Yeah, I'm leather, she's feather, whatever. Tell me some more. You are in the water, and she is on the land. Water, land? Yeah, I get it. Wow, what else do I need to know? You have a big mouth, and she has a beak. Yeah, it's making sense to me. And then, he raised his long lizard finger. He said, but you lay eggs, and she lays eggs. Eggs. Yes, you are sisters. No, you are. No way. Yes, way. Say it ain't so. It is so. You are sisters. And then Crocodile felt a big crocodile tear roll down her cheek, and she submerged underwater. She swam across the river. She surfaced, and then this time when she came up, she said, ostrich girl, you're my sister. Ostrich girl, we are gonna be friends. Yeah, ostrich girl, I ain't gonna eat ya. 'Cause ostrich girl, oh yeah, we begin. Oh yeah, crocodile, you're my sister. Oh crocodile, yeah, we are friends. I'm so glad we got a lot in common because we are kin. Oh yeah, and finally, when ostrich's eggs hatched and crocodile's eggs hatched, those baby reptiles played with those baby birds, and you know what they called each other? Cousins. Yes. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King tried to teach us, tried to impart to us the world that all of us are sisters and brothers. We belong to one human family, and we need to act like it. Sure enough. The end. Thank y'all.
Coco Booey!
Penelope!
Mama Coco! Oh, that was so good. But I am not getting near any crocodiles, okay? Ooh, hi, everybody, again. Oh, Kevin, I'm so glad to see you. Yay! Our beloved Kevin was under the weather, and he's now back, and I'm so happy to see you. You look well. You look well. All right. Today we are going to continue with our monthly theme, which is New Beginnings. And our talk title is The Way It Works and What It Does. The way Spirit works and what Spirit does. And the way we work and what we do. Now, Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit, he told us this wonderful thing. He said, stay open at the top. Stay open to new ideas. Stay open to new innovative ideas in philosophy and science, in quantum physics, in psychology. He wanted us to stay open to all of these things, and he wanted us to stay open to spirit and the way spirit works in our lives. Holmes knew that knowledge and wisdom would continually expand. New ways of understanding would continue to unfold for us through science, through all those things that I mentioned, through mystics, new mystics coming on the scene, new mystics that have peeked behind the veil of the five senses that can tell us things about this thing called life. And we continue to grow. And that's what he wanted us to do, to grow and not become stagnant and dogmatic about this teaching or about life itself. So he knew that as we continue to grow and in our understanding of this ever-pervading infinite presence, nothing would be impossible for us. That we would and could and should do a mighty and great work for ourselves, for our family, for our community, and for the world. A mighty work. And speaking of mighty works, mighty and great works, today we're going to honor Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. a bit. His birthday is celebrated and observed tomorrow, but his actual birthday was January the 15th. And my mentor, Reverend Sally Kennard, sent me an email from Reverend Scott Arbery. And it was a little article on Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King where it said that in the less than 13 years that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was in the leadership of the modern American civil rights era. In just those 13 years, from December 1955 to April 4th, 1968, African Americans achieved more genuine progress toward racial equality in America than in the previous 350 years. Isn't that something? In 13 years, what a mighty and great work that man did, right? And he was widely known across America and the world as the preeminent advocate for nonviolence, along with Mahatma Gandhi. Those two brought nonviolent civil rights actions to the forefront. And at the age of 35, he was the youngest man to have received the Nobel Peace Prize. So today, let us honor Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy with gratitude that he heeded the call of Spirit and allowed for Spirit to move through him to do a mighty and great work. But not just for African Americans, but for all of us, because we know as metaphysicians that there is only one Spirit showing up as the myriad of physical expressions with diverse beauty and attributes. And when we are able to live from that place of true authenticity as spiritual beings and respected as such, then we will see the vision fulfilled of a world that works for all. And so we thank Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for being that spiritual light bearer. For I know that everyone here and everyone viewing are innately filled with that light. They are all light bearers. We are all light bearers. Regardless of any outside lampshade that we might bear, what we might be clothed in, there's a divine spark, a divine light that resonates in each and every one of us. And it is powerful. And that is who we truly are. So let us not let his work or progress go in vain. Let us remember that we are all sons and daughters and children of this divine spirit and this divine spark. Yes? So on January the 4th, I explained that most centers for spiritual living across the United States and parts of South America, they revisit the 4 sections in the Science of Mind book. The thing itself, which we talked about ad nauseum, which was really good. The way it works, what it does, and how to use it. And these sections lay the foundation of the Science of Mind, Spirit, philosophy, and principles. And on the 4th, as I talked about the thing itself, I also tried to convey to you that there is only one thing going on here. There's only one spirit. There's only one mind. There's only one source. There's only one substance. And I'm looking at it right here and right now, made manifest as the myriad of individualizations. What beautiful lights you all are. And then last Sunday, we had a wonderful break with Reverend Ian Hill. He's the Associate Minister of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, and he reminded us of the special nature of new beginnings. He beautifully used the metaphor of new wine and old wineskins in his original poem, and he told us how we can pour new wine, new ideas, new intentions, new beginnings into ourselves. Ourselves being vessels of old wineskin. And we can pour in the wine of new beginnings these wonderful ideas and know that what's needed is sacred expansion of what we already are. Through our spiritual practices, he told us that we can wash the vessels of ourselves, which is represented by old wineskins. We wash them clean with our spiritual practices, and in doing so, we do not bust, but we expand. We grow and embrace the newness of this wine, these ideas of these principles being poured into us, giving us a renewed sense of life. And I am so grateful that he came to visit. And so today we get back to the basics of Science of Mind, and I will talk about the way it works and what it does. Unless you are new, most of us know that the Science of Mind Spirit philosophy deals with one power, one mind, right? And we know that this one power, this thing itself, is the originator of all things, and that we humans are one with it. We are one with it. And not only are we one with it, but it has given us access to its power through what Holmes termed the law. And we all use an individualized part of this law. And the way it works is through what's called the creative process. So we're going to talk a lot about that today. Now, mystics have said for eons, they said that in order for there to be anything in creation that is, there must be something that is making these things happen. It is the thing itself. And that something must have a process by which to work, right? That is the way that it works. And then as the result of that process, we see what it does, and we call it the creative process. We call it the creative process. And what I have found over the years is to a newcomer, and even some of us that have been in this philosophy for a while, there are terms Holmes uses that even sometimes I have to look up. I'm like, what you talking about? I have no idea. I got to look that up. And they do more to confuse us rather than clarify and in order for us to have a deeper understanding. And so as we move on in our studies, we do learn some of the terminology. So I'm going to be giving you a little bit more detail so that you understand exactly what Holmes was trying to convey to us, what those mystics of old tried to convey to us. So as I talk today, I'm going to delve into a lot of terminology, but I'm not going to leave you hanging with that terminology. I'm going to break it down for you. So it's kind of like a class. So get your pen and paper out. Get your cell phones out. Get your notes out, all right? All right. So we're going to lay the groundwork for this creative process to fulfill our intentions. So if you were here on December 28th, you all participated in the burning bowl and white stone ceremony. You set your intentions on your white stone, right? We're gonna see how those intentions unfold in our lives so we get to the things that we desire. Now, the creative process is the process from which all manifestation flows. Our science of mind symbol is a representation of that creative process, and that is our science of mind symbol. It's bare. It's bare for a reason. We're going to fill it in here in a minute, right? I wear it as a reminder of that creative process and that I'm enacting that creative process every single day. And we use the same process as spirit. Spirit uses that same process to create things. Of course, spirit does it a little bit more efficiently than we do. We got to make things complicated. I just don't know why. All right, so we use that same creative process. Spirit uses it through a thought process to the infinite self-knowingness that is of God, right? And so do we. We enact the same creative process as spirit does. So from a science of mind perspective, we learn that we use our thoughts, which are akin to seeds, to impress on what is our personal use of the law or the subjective mind. See, those terms, right? What really is our subconscious mind to manifest the things that we want in our lives. The diagram illustrates how this process works. Now, everyone and everything, let me back up. Everything that we do in mind with our thoughts are from our conscious awareness. Creation always happens twice, once in mind and then in form. Make sense? All right, so you're with me. However, our thoughts don't occur in a vacuum. They are affected by our emotions, feelings, and what we believe to be true. The creative process, the way it works and what it does is often compared to planting a seed. And the seed is the potential for an idea or an intention or a desire or a change of patterns that we want to see take place in our lives that has not quite taken form yet. So you have this seed. When we plant a particular seed, we have to have a mental picture of the plant we expect to grow. We can use Ernest Holmes' term of mental equivalent. Mental equivalent just means to have a mental picture that equals what we expect to show up from the seed that we planted. That's all a mental equivalent is, because if you don't have a mental equivalent of what you want to produce, nothing comes forth. So once the seed is planted in the soil, much of the growth process happens unseen by our physical observation. We all know that. We've all had science projects where we had to nurse a little seed and watch it grow. Most of it all happens in the soil unbeknownst to us, right? The soil nourishes, it feeds the seed, and it begins to take form. Now, the soil is our personal use, our individualized use of what Holmes calls the universal law, the creative medium. It's our subconscious mind. That's all it is, right? With time and proper nourishing conditions, the plant breaks through the soil with the characteristics of the plant we had a mental picture of, unless you switch to seed packages. And then you might get a cucumber when you were expecting a carrot. So that is the creative process. That is the way the law works. And what it does, it produces the ideas from our field of infinite potential that was planted with intention, and it produces form. It produces manifestation. It produces result. Now, the next symbol shows us how and where these things occur. So I'm going to be purposely redundant so we can truly have a good grasp of the way it works and what it does, which is your individual use of this creative process. Everybody uses the creative process, and they use it consciously or unconsciously. We're going to learn to use it consciously. Our ideas, our intentions, they are infused. The ones that are infused with feeling and belief are seeds we plant into our universal and individualized use of this creative field. So we think a thought, a conscious thought, right? A conscious idea. That's seed, that's intentions, that's the top part. We are all conscious right now. At least some of us are. I mean, a few of you might not, okay. So we're all conscious now, and we're using our conscious thought, right? Say we want a new car, like I have been fantasizing about, and my old car has been acting up. And so I stopped fantasizing about that new car. I was like, stop, nope. I love you, car. You're doing just fine. But anyway, let's take something else. Say we want a new career, right? So from our conscious ideas of a new career, we plant it in what they're saying is the soil, which is creative medium, which is the universal law, which is the subjective mind. It's our subconscious mind. It's our subconscious mind. Let's keep it simple, right? But he used all those terms so that we can have a broader understanding of all of this, right? I want you to remember the word subconscious mind. The law, the subconscious mind, and our individualized use of it, right? It will produce whatever we plant in it and nurture. Whatever we plant in it and nurture, this is the way it works. This is the creative process. And what it does is manifestation. You get a plant, you get some kind of form, you get some kind of result, you get manifestation. It seems so simple, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm going to get to that. Ernest Holmes said, within us then, there is a creative field, which we call the subjective mind. All that is our individualized use of the law, our subconscious mind. Around us, there is a creative field, that creative process, which we call subjective. Why is it called subjective? Because our conscious mind is objective. It can deliberate, it can debate, it can say yes, it can say no, it can do all that. But the subconscious mind is subjective to the conscious mind. It cannot refuse what is impressed upon it. So it's subjective, it takes in, right? If you habitually impress something on your subconscious mind, it's going to produce form, right? So that's why we call it subjective, right? It's influenced by. One is universal, right? This is spirit's use of the law, right? And the other is individual, but it's really one. The individual use is what we use. And then he says in big, gigantic, bold print, there is one mental law in the universe, and where we use it, it becomes our law because we have individualized it. What we see here in this diagram, can you go back to the diagram? The next one. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, not back, forward, yes. What you see in this diagram, there are two paths that our thoughts represented are in these seeds. So we have a new idea, a new vision. We have that white stone intention that we made, right? Right? It moves down into the universal law, again, our subconscious mind, and it creates a new experience, right? Wonderful. But what's on the other side? The other side is old ideas that repeats and repeats unless we have a new idea, unless we do something about those old ideas. They become automatic patterns in our lives. They become habitual beliefs and behaviors in our lives. And our experience actually validates them. Have you ever heard anybody say, that's just the way my life is. No matter what I do, that's what happens, right? I am a failure, right? That's just the way it is. I can't break this. I'm jinxed, right? I've heard all kinds of ways. That's just who I am, right? You just continue to be who you are, right? Now, until we do something consciously, these old ideas, because we have to understand that they're old automatic patterns, they're habitual beliefs. Until we consciously do something to change those thoughts, those patterns, those beliefs, they will continue to manifest in our lives as our experience. And they will play out in our lives. And because we see and experience these old patterns, we think they're our fate. We will think that they are our fate. So, can I have the next slide with all three, please? This is what I'm talking about, Ernest Holmes making things complicated sometimes. In the back of the Science of Mind book, there are like 6 charts. I dare not bring all those charts out, but they are good information if you ever want to go and look at them. But what I want you to see here, God, the thing itself, has kind of a slightly different process because it doesn't waver, right? When it thinks something, it's done, right? And it could take a long time, but once it's thought, it's done. Evolutionary process being one of them, right? Once a thought is thunk, it goes into that universal subjectivity and spirit creates. It is the absolute principle. Now, we, on the other hand, it mirrors that, but we use that universal law through our subconscious mind. And that's what I wanted to show you on the bottom part. That makes all of that really simple, right? You have conscious thoughts. Right? You have a subconscious mind, which those thoughts go into, and they impress upon those thoughts, and manifestation comes forward. So, with that being said, now I want to look at it from a psychological perspective. When we think about our mind, we usually know, most of us, that we have one mind. But figuratively speaking, we have 2 aspects of our mind, the conscious and the subconscious mind, right? So in order to deliberately use our minds to better our lives and or to manifest the things that we desire to be, to do, and to have, we have to understand the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Most of us, for most of our lives, have only been aware of our conscious mind. The conscious mind, that part that you're using right now. That conscious mind that's saying, I don't know if I believe what this woman is saying to me. That part that's taking in information. That part where you think and make decisions. That part where you can analyze things, agree and disagree, criticize. You can worry about your finances. You can wonder if you let the garage door down, which I did, and I had to turn around and go back and see. I let it down. The conscious mind constantly moves from thought to thought, from one thought to another, right? Only pausing when you sleep. Now, of course, if you've been doing your spiritual practices like I've asked you to do ad nauseum, you will have moments where you can move through your conscious life with no thought. And that's a beautiful thing. You don't have all that chatter, right? And that takes practice, that takes meditation, that takes deliberate spiritual practice. But most of us do not, and as soon as we wake up, we pick back up with a myriad of things. What I'm going to eat? What am I going to do? What's on the agenda today? Where's my list? All of those things. Now, the subconscious mind, on the other hand, is the non-analytical part of our brain and is fully formed at birth. And it runs our emotions and our instinctive responses, and it is the storehouse of information we acquired during our formative years. What is really important for us to remember, during those formative years, the subconscious mind accepts everything that is heard, that it witnesses, that is witnessed, that is told, because it does not distinguish between things that are true and things that are false. Why? And before I say why, our parents were a main source of our early subconscious input. We believed everything they taught us through their words, and their behavior. And their behavior, whether it's about money, relationships, success, lack of success, we picked up everything because we lacked a mental filter to reject it. Why? Prefrontal lobe, not developed yet. Your subconscious mind is the vast hidden part of your mind that runs your life on autopilot. It stores beliefs, memories, and habits, and it influences our emotions and behaviors without our conscious awareness, unless you're in one of my classes and I'm teaching you how to be aware of those behaviors, right? The subconscious mind acts like a powerful background operating system, and it processes most of our experiences and decisions. We absorb so much into our subconscious mind during our childhood because our prefrontal lobe cortex, that conscious part of our brain, hadn't fully developed yet. So when we heard our parents arguing, and that's how they solved conflict, we took that in. Well, I got to yell in order to get my way, in order to get things done. Sometimes it was violence that they experienced. Oh, if I knock them out, they'll stop bothering me, right? Oh, I see father coming home and he's frustrated and he's telling mom there's not enough money. There's never enough money. Oh, there's never enough money. We're taking all of these things in. We have no filter, nobody to safeguard that subconscious aspect of our being. We just take it in. Somebody shames you or embarrasses you. You take it in. You take all those expressions, all that anger, and also joy, also good things. It's not just the bad things. All that anxious behavior, all the loving behavior, all the mean looks, and a ton of other signals the people around you threw at us, and we had no filter for that. Now, all of these impressions, and they're called impressions because they're just that, these things that we witness were impressed upon our subconscious minds as truth, as patterns and beliefs, where they remained for years until they start popping up in our adult lives as dysfunctional or beneficial beliefs and behaviors. Because remember, not all of our parents were bad examples. Some of them gave us some good stuff, right? So not everybody was lousy or sloppy role models. Some of us may have had the fortune enough to have parents that were very mindful about our environment, about the words they used around us, about the behavior they displayed around us, because we were literally little sponges. We were little sponges. However, from what I have observed as a psychology major, as a practitioner, and as a minister, this is unfortunately rare. So by the time our prefrontal cortex is developed, which is usually in our mid to late 20s, we have taken in a lot of unfiltered information. And for the most part, we are oblivious to it. Now, I'm telling you all of this so we can have an understanding of how our minds work and how our subconscious beliefs could keep us from the life we truly desire to have for ourselves. You see, the way it works, this creative process, is through our conscious and subconscious minds. And we must be able to identify the habitual beliefs and patterns we pick up in our formative years that might hinder any new intentions, don't forget that little white stone, we want to see in our lives, right? Even if you weren't here and you didn't do a white stone intention, if you have any desire to be, to do, and to have anything in your life that is more abundant, more loving, more kind, a new relationship, a new job, a new career. Maybe you have some habits that you do not like, right? Anything where you want to change your life, right? It happens through this creative process. It always happens through this creative process. And Spirit has given us the greatest gift, And that is the power of our subconscious mind. But if we don't know how to use it, it could be the greatest curse. So, as we set new intentions for ourselves, then we must plant them like seeds in our subconscious mind in order for us to bring forth new intentions into form. And just like we nurture seeds we plant, we must water and fertilize them. New seeds also must be nurtured with consistent faith and consistent spiritual practices and consistent renewing of our thought process. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I guess James knew a little something, right? We must weed out any negative thoughts of doubt that would interrupt the gestation process, right? Because if we acquired habitual negative thought patterns such as doubt, chronic worry, low self-esteem, etc., they are like weeds, and they will choke the seed and hinder it from taking root. Ernest Holmes said, when you want to do a big thing, when you want to do anything, when you want to manifest something, get the mental pattern, he said. Get the picture. You got to get the picture. He said, make it perfect. I say make it crystal clear. Know what you want. Just now, make it perfect. Know what you want. Know just what it means. I love that he said this. Know just what it means. What will your intention, desire, life change do for you? What will it do for you? What will it mean in your life? And then he says, enlarge your thought. You have to envision yourself living from your intention. You have to live from that place of your desire. And then he says, keep it to yourself. Pass it over to the creative power behind all things, to that subconscious aspect of yourself. Don't worry about the how. Just know that it is done. See it as done. Feel it as done. Live it as it is done. Wait and listen. And when the impressions come, follow it with assurance. The guidance is the impressions, the hunch, that phone call, the inspiration. Don't be like that guy out in the middle of the ocean and he's asking God, save me, I'm about to drown, and a log comes floating by and he lets the log go by. A rowboat comes by, he lets the rowboat go by because he's looking for God to save him. And when he drowns, he's like, God, why didn't you save me? Right? I sent you a log, a rowboat, a steamship. Dude, you could have gotten on any of those. Any. I mean, you think I was going to personally come down here? I don't have a body. Get real. He says, don't talk to anybody about it. Why? Because people will say things that could make you doubt. And they will. Because it's not their dream. It's not their intentions. Right? Never listen to negative talk or pay attention to it, and you will succeed where all others fail. That's powerful. Go ahead. So the title for this talk is The Way It Works and What It Does. The way spirit works is through its subjective mind, its use of the law. And what it does is creation, manifestation, form. And that is the creative process we also use. I shared this example last Sunday during the manifestation workshop. So those of you who were there, you heard it, so bear with me. It's how the subconscious mind works. And it was from a video by Louise Hayes. She was a Science of Mind minister. She was a great motivator and speaker, teacher, and she was the founder of Hay House. Most of you know who she is. She said she'd like to think of the subconscious mind as being located here, right? And then when the conscious thoughts or intentions or desires go down to the subconscious mind looks at them. And now the subconscious mind has all of these file cabinets with everything that you have ever thought about. Right? All these file cabinets. And it looks at this and says, I am successful. Starts looking, and it doesn't have a file cabinet for this. Right? So it calls up the Department of Doubt. And they send over a representative. And the representative comes over and he says, would you please take this up to the conscious mind because I don't have a file cabinet for it. Not only do I don't have a file cabinet, it doesn't have the necessary attachments of feeling and faith and conviction. And so doubt goes back up. He says to the conscious mind, you sent this down to the subconscious mind. They don't have a file cabinet for it. Did you really mean to send it down? Now, one or two things can happen. The conscious mind can say, oh no, I'm sorry. I really don't believe I'm successful. I've never been successful. I tried to be. I went to this workshop. There was this nice lady. She was telling me that I could be and do and have all the things that I want. But that requires me to do work. It requires me to change my life. It requires me to move into uncomfortable ways of being. I don't think I want to do that. So I'm sorry. So doubt goes back down, gives it to subconscious mind and goes, they ain't ready, right? And subconscious mind just tosses it. Or doubt could ask the same question and the conscious mind could say, oh yeah, I meant to send that down and you're going to get a whole lot more. So you could tell subconscious mind to get their file cabinets in order because they're going to see a lot of them files. Yeah, oh, I didn't have the right attachment. It wasn't enough faith and conviction. So here's some faith and conviction. I got a whole list of affirmations. I'm going to do them every day. Get the file cabinets ready. All right? I thought that was an excellent way of describing how to impress on our subconscious mind. All right? So, because doubt will come to inquire, and also will doubt's friends of, this is too hard to do, and I'm scared to change my life. Because if we begin a new way of thinking, new intentions for ourselves, the subconscious mind isn't going to accept it until you truly believe it, until you truly have the receipts to show it through your spiritual practices, through your conviction, through your faith. Ernest Holmes says, change your thoughts, change your life. Change your thoughts with feeling and true intention, and you will change your life, all right? It's not going to give up on those old patterns until you do some weeding. And that is how we change our life. We've got to weed out the garden of any and everything that would deny our new intention. Beloveds, our subconscious mind is powerful, and since we enact the divine nature of spirit, our subconscious mind through the creative process is the way it works in our lives. And what it does is it brings forth manifestations from the things we have planted in our subconscious minds. It'll give you whatever. You just have to believe and do the work. And next week, we're going to talk about just that. We're going to talk about how to use it. We're going to cover the thing itself, the way it works, what it does, next week, how to use it. And I am so happy to be a part of this community, to be able to stand before you and teach you these science of mind principles, because it's what I love to do. But I want to leave you with something to think about. It's a quote, and I really want you to think about this. I want you to ask me about it next week. I want you to think about it. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. It gives you what you are, and so it is.
So let's just take that in, folks. You can have all that you are, all you be. And your dreams will work with you on that. Be in community. We are here for you Tony's workshop is coming up. You can ask questions. I am the infinite presence. I am the one in all. I am the truth and beauty, the answer to Spirit's call. I am the one within you. I am the one you see. Within your heart there is a doorway. The arms of love await you with these golden wings. Take flight. I am the infinite presence. I am the one and all. I am the one and all. I am the truth and beauty. I am the truth and beauty, the answer to Spirit's call. Answer to Spirit's call. I am the infinite presence. I am the infinite presence. I am the one and all. I am the one and all. I am the truth and beauty. I am the truth and beauty, the answer to Spirit's call. The answer to Spirit's call. I am the infinite presence. I am the infinite presence. I am the one and all. I am the one and all. I am the truth and beauty. I am the truth and beauty, the answer to Spirit's call. The answer to Spirit's call. Ever present, ever whispering to you now. Within your heart there is a doorway. The arms of love await you with these golden wings. Take flight.
Now is our opportunity for grateful giving. And I want to say that I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful to all our pledges, those who have made a monthly commitment to donate to this wonderful center, to this wonderful philosophy. I am grateful for those that donate periodically. And anything that you give, please know that we take that to continue with our mission, which is to educate the seeker in these divine thoughts, to have a better life through the science of mind principles. So thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you. If you electronically give, just put your hand on your heart like I do. And I want you to know that Spirit is in this place. There's many ways to give. You can text to Tide. You can go to our website. You can scan the QR code. Or you can give in the receptacles here if you have a check or money. But however you give, please know that it will grow this community so we can continue to spread the good news of Science of Mind out into the world. Now, please join me as we say our grateful giving. Together, we live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is, and so we are. Don't forget, come join me for cake.
Cake. Please stand as we sing our closing song together. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone. We see a world that works for everyone. Yes, we do. See with me. We see a world that works for everyone. 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 Yes, and so it is. Make sure you talk to a practitioner. Anybody wearing a stole is a practitioner, and there are others of us around. Don't leave the room. If you need prayer, baby, come on and get some prayer with us. We are here for you. Meet you downstairs for some wonderful cake and refreshments and fellowship. Tony's workshop at 4:30.